Okay, so now we're looking at task B, which is to populate the world with a spaceship, a black hole, and at least 2 energy crystal objects. Okay, now remember that each of these is a class, and that describes a black hole in this game in general. But when we make an example of a specific black hole, that's an object, and it's asking for at least 2 energy crystal objects. You can make 3 or 4. I'll make maybe 3 or 4. Let's see. But just 1 spaceship, and it says a black hole. We could do 2 or 3 black holes, to be honest, but let's keep it simple and just to do exactly what they say. A single black hole. The black hole is the enemy, remember. You could add more of those, but a single player, a single spaceship. So let's try that now. Let's minimize this. Now, to do that, we add those objects in the world class, okay, which here is the space. So we're going to declare these objects here. Now, do I need to do it as a field in the class or just as a variable in the populate method? I'm going to do it just here for now. Maybe later I may need to move this code, but for another task, but we're going to start off just here. So the first one is to declare, let's do them in sequence as they're asked in the question. It was a spaceship, then a black hole, and then 2 energy crystals. Okay. So first thing is to declare a spaceship. Now, spaceship with the capital S refers to the class name here as 2 capital S's. Spaceship, capital letters for both of those S's. So I need to go back and fix this. Now that's a very, very, very common mistake I see in the code from the students, is that they often will mistype. They maybe might have put that as a small s, or even that as a small s, and that won't work. That will give a compilation error. Okay, so you've got to have exactly what it says in the class name here. And if it helps you, what you can do as a nice shortcut, when you're making these objects, just copy and paste that class name from there. Okay, copy that and then paste it here. Alright, if I delete that and then paste, and then you're guaranteed to have the correct capitalization and spelling of the class name. So that's the class name, which says which object we're making now. Now the next part of this is to give this variable a name. So I'm going to call it spaceship, like that. Okay, you could just call it player if you want to as well, so it's very clear what it is, like that. Now that's the class name, that's the object name, that's the specific example of a spaceship, and we're going to do equals a new spaceship. And again, if I just copy and paste this class name, it must be the class name there, and then put a pair of brackets like that, a semicolon. So remember, Java needs a semicolon at the end of every line, except for if statements, for loops, things like that. But if it's just a single line, it must have a semicolon. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the spaceship class and just see, when we're making this new spaceship object, we use this new spaceship, and this is called, the technical name is called the constructor method. Right, now there's not a constructor method directly in this class, so what it will use one from the actor class. Remember, everything a spaceship will inherit everything, or each spaceship will inherit all the methods and fields in the actor class, because it's a child class of actor. It extends actor, and actor class will have a constructor. Oh, it's given me the, it's jumped. Interesting. It's jumped to the help documentation there. I want to open the code. Is it locked, the code? Can I not see the code? Yeah, I guess that does make sense. I can't edit that code as part of Greenfoot. Okay, but the actor class will have a constructor method which will make a new actor, and that method is inherited directly by the spaceship class. Okay, even though it's not listed here, it is available to spaceship. So when we want to make a spaceship in the world, it will actually use the constructor method of actor. But that's fine. Now that's a very technical explanation there of what's happening. Now you don't really need to understand that, as long as you just put this code in: spaceship class name player variable name equals new spaceship bracket bracket semicolon. That will work. Okay, so now I need to add object to the game. Okay, now I forget the values that must go between the brackets here for add object, so I will look that up in the Greenfoot help documentation, which to find that, help Greenfoot class documentation, just close that spare one there, and this is the world class, and I think it needs two or three parameters between the brackets here for add object. Let's go down and see what they are. Add object, okay, it needs the type of the object, okay, the object to add, sorry, my mistake, it needs the name of the object to add, which in my code is player. To add the player, and then it's the X and the Y coordinates of where in the game that object should be. So remember, it's an 8x8 screen in the world, 8 across, 8 down. I think 0, 0 is the top left. Let's just try that. Let's put the player at 0, 0. So I'm going to add the player to cell 0, 0. Okay. If I compile this now, compile that, file saved, no errors, then the spaceship should appear there. Is that a spaceship? Gosh, it looks more like a dolphin or something to me. Anyway, that's what they have as a spaceship. Okay, right. But yeah, it is in 0, 0. Let's just change the coordinates and see what the bottom left, bottom right should. I'm guessing 7, 7 should be bottom right. If I recompile this code, it should go to the bottom. Yeah, bottom right. So it's 0 to 7 going across, and 0 to 7 going up and down as well. Okay. Right. So I've added the spaceship object. Let's continue this. We're going to add the next one is the black hole, I think. Yeah, okay. So let's try that. I'm going to go back to the code. Let's just copy and paste the name of this from here. That's a nice idea, I think, to help you with your code. Copy the class name from there, so you don't have any spelling mistakes or capitalization mistakes, and then paste that there. The black hole, we'll call this black hole 1. You may add more, you don't need to, but you may add more, equals a new black hole, okay, bracket bracket semicolon. Right, so that declares the object, defines the object. Then I'm going to add that object again. If you need to do this, you could of course just copy that add object from there, because then you won't make any spelling mistakes or capitalization mistakes, right? And I think that might help some of you when it comes to avoiding compilation errors. So add object, bracket bracket semicolon, and now let's put in the 3 parameters. Is copy that, okay, copy the variable name, paste it there, and I'm going to put the black hole maybe anywhere 3, 3. Okay, 3, 3. Right, so if I compile this, I should see the black hole in the game. Yeah, there's the black hole. Right, it looks like a dolphin and a whirlpool or something, or a tornado. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to criticize the graphic artists used by the exam board. So we've got one player, one black hole, and the next was at least 2 energy crystals. Okay, so let's do that quickly. Energy crystal, let me just copy that class name. Okay, copy, go back to the world, the space, and paste. Energy, okay, let's call this crystal 1. Wow, the L and the 1 look so similar there, don't they? That actually is crystal 1. Crystal 1, yeah, interesting. It looks like crystal. Wow. Anyway, equals a new energy crystal, bracket bracket semicolon. Okay, for the constructor method. Add object, I could just copy that. Add object, bracket bracket semicolon, crystal 1, comma, I'll put this at say 5, 7, right? That's one energy crystal. If I compile this, it should appear in the game, right? And then let's actually that's too close to the player. Let's make it maybe 2, 0. Okay, so it's higher up on the screen. Yeah, like that. And that's one energy crystal. I'm going to copy and paste all of that code. I know that code works, so I'm going to copy and paste that. Change the variable name to be crystal 2, so it's different to crystal 1. Change that to crystal 2, and change this to, I don't know, 5053. Okay, alright, there should be 2 crystals, 1 black hole and 1 spaceship. Yeah, so that actually now is enough for full marks in task B. Okay, so let me just close this down and stop the video. Thank you.